In the first video, we talked about the importance of analyzing the audience for whom which we are writing and the purpose for which we are writing. Now we will go to the process of the business writing. Now this whole process of writing can be divided into three stages. The first stage is analyze, or it can be represented by this mnemonic ACE: analyze, craft, edit. Analyze the first stage, after that crafting, after that editing. In this video, we will talk about the analyze phase of writing. We need to analyze what does our reader need to know. What is it that we want our readers to know through our writing, right? That's what we are trying to understand. But it's not just about what we want the reader to know, what we want to convey. It's not just about, because whatever we write, it is in our hands, the kind of information we present and the way we present it. What we want to convey, we can control that, and hence it is important to analyze what our reader needs to know. And in the first stage, in the stage I'll say in the stage 0, we have already understood the audience. We know the audience for which we are writing, and we have some ideas. So you say the audience could be, I'm writing a report which will be acted upon by the senior management of the company, but I could be writing the same report which will be acted upon by, say the senior management has already approved the project, and now the project needs to be executed, and hence the context remains the same, the facts remain the same, but now it will be for an audience which is like the managers who will be executing the project, and hence the audience changes, the structure of the report itself changes, the structure of the email itself changes. I'm sending an email to senior management telling them about, okay, these are the prospects of the project, and I want you to to decide whether you want to start this project or invest in this project or not. But once that decision has been taken, say the management says that, okay, go ahead, we'll be investing in this project, and now you lead the team. Now I will write a separate report for an audience which is like my peers and my teammates, that, okay, how do we execute this project? So analyze is the first phase. Here we need to think and write clearly from the audience centric lens. It is not a generic document. In fact, none of the documents or none of the writings in business is generic. We need to look who is the audience and write accordingly. And secondly, before even picking up the pen or hitting the keyboard, we need to do a thorough research. What exactly is it we want to convey? So usually we are in this habit of typing furiously and then thinking, but we need to reverse that. We need to think furiously, connect all the dots, and then start writing. We should have a proper structure in place in our mind, that what is it that we want to convey, to whom we want to convey, how we want to convey, and then we start typing. Our first keyboard tap should be after that. So what do we do in this stage? Number one, we analyze the purpose of the document. Why are we writing this document? For whom we are writing this document, which is the audience? What are the relevant facts which need to go into this document? As I said, the same document, if it is being shared with the senior management versus if it is being shared with the execution team, it will have different facts, different levels of detailing in different sections. The first thing that you need to do is to clarify the purpose of the document and the audience of the document into full blown, a single sentence or at max 2 sentence outline of the document. That should be the first thing that you write. I will take an example for this. The 1 to 2 sentence purpose statement, it is this statement which will guide you through your writing and tell you whether you are on the right path or you're not on the right path. It will depend on the purpose statement, will clarify what is the outcome of the document. After reading this document, what do we want the audience to do with this information? That needs to be there in the purpose statement. Okay, so we have already identified our audience. We know, okay, if this is the audience, what is their existing knowledge about the topic? If we know that the project is a routine project, the terminologies are all familiar, we can skip getting into those details. But if we know that this is a new project for the team and several of the terminologies may be new to them, novel to them, we would want to include that. If I take the same example of my thesis, if I'm writing my PhD thesis or writing for a journal which is read by my peers or experienced researchers in the domain, I can easily use the I would say the phrases which are technical. But if I'm writing to explain my research to a layman through a newspaper article, I cannot use very technical language. So the existing knowledge of about the topic is important. What does my audience already know? And then what do they need to know to enable them to take effective action? That should be the purpose of my document, and that my document should do. It should know who the audience is, what do they already know, what they should know uh, to effectively act, and to fill this gap, to bridge this gap is the purpose of my written document. So the purpose statement should be 1 to 2 simple sentences. It should include all this, and let's see the example. This document explains to students of OP Jindal Global University how to submit their assignments via Moodle. Right now, this is a single simple document where the purpose is clear. This document explains the explanation. It tries to explain to whom? To the students of a particular university where I'm teaching. What do the students need to know? How to submit their assignments on Moodle. After reading this document, the student should be able to submit their assignments on Moodle, the learning management system that we use at the university, without any difficulties. That's the purpose. So I'm assuming that the students know nothing about. I will start with this assumption that the students do not know anything about Moodle. We'll start with how to access Moodle, how to create account, or how to log in using university ID, and then how to navigate the different screens, and where exactly will you find this submit this assignment, and how do you upload your document and then click the submit button, and how do you know that okay, this assignment has been submitted. And this purpose statement ideally should be written on a pen, on a paper using a pen, not on a computer, because that gives it more concreteness. On computer, it is so easy to delete and to retype. So that's where we need to select the relevant facts. The first thing that we have done is crafted a purpose statement. The facts that should help answer the purpose statement, we have already designed the purpose statement. What are the facts that will help us reach this purpose statement or fulfill our objective? We may find that okay, to achieve this objective, we may need more research than we have already done. And there are several tools available like Google or OneNote or Notion, where we can use these to dump the facts and organize these facts in a systematic manner, so that we can allow the audience to access these facts, or whenever we are writing, we have access to these facts in a single place. So if we try to do this activity, where the purpose statement is this document explains to the students of JGU how to submit their assignment on Moodle, you can try and identify what are the relevant things that you would want the students to know for this. Okay. Now, till now, what we have looked at is we have looked at the purpose of the document. We have analyzed who the audience is, for whom we are writing, and why we are writing it. For them, we have crafted a purpose statement, and we have selected what are the relevant facts that will go into this document. Now, we want to start writing, which is nothing but organizing the points that we have already, the facts that we have already collated, and the structure that we have given. How we have given the structure, we have thought about that. Now we need to give the structure in a proper Word document, or a Word document into major headers, or we can do a handwritten outline of the document, and how we will proceed in what are the sections and what are the subsections, which will help the audience understand whatever we are trying to convey. Okay, so that's the second part of the video series. This, we talked about the analyze stage. Next, we go to the crafting stage of the document.